Yo, 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 what is going on, people? Welcome back to Throwdown. And this is episode 366. Ooh, a little evil there. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Its number is 366.
Chris Seeley.
Happy New Year.
Carlos Romero. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What does Carlos normally say?
I don't know. He doesn't. He kind of steals everybody else's line.
Yeah, he doesn't really have one of his own.
I was going to say deuces, but that's the outro.
Yes, yeah. All right, we're going to skip Carlos. And
Brian, got him.
Yeah, and Brian Munjoma.
Not even a weekend, and people are already on some BS.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, there he
is.
Yo, man, fucking Discord changed my settings. It's like, what, new year, new settings?
Yeah.
Still down.
Hey, listen, we're having to, if you guys are watching us on Twitch, you notice, like, Tony, where's your lights? My lights didn't want to fucking work. Well, one of them did. It's like, okay, bro. You know?
Yo, man, his lights heard that he wanted to replace them, and they said, nah, man, I ain't working.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's like one light, one light turns on no matter what. I can't even turn it off, and one light's like, man, I don't feel like working. Yeah, but that's what happened. I was talking, man, like, I think I'm going to get a bulb instead. I don't want to deal with this shit. And my lights were like, word? All right.
Oh, word?
But yeah, we are back. Happy New Year to everybody. We hope everybody had a nice, relaxing time off for those who did have time off, you know? Yeah, we're here. 2022 doesn't feel any different. 2021.
Well, to be honest, we're beginning the year right, or probably wrong, because it's all sounding like 2022, the sequel.
Yeah, it's 2022 TOO or 2 or yeah, like Final. That's a good segue, right? It's like Final Fantasy, right? 2022. You know. Because that's what we're doing around here. But yeah, man, we don't know where Adam is. We don't know what's going on there. And, Brett's still Brett. So that hasn't changed. Brett being missing in action. He'll probably show up an hour later. But I know we're recording tonight.
It's funny, before we went out on vacation, he was like, hey, so, the week we were going on vacation.
It was last week, yeah. We were recording.
Recording.
Like, where are we? Was everybody? He was probably early that night, too.
Yeah.
Adam. Adam's like, it's because my computer just decided to go bonkers, and I go the roadie run, and it's always Adam stuff going on.
Yeah, man, exactly. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Happy to have you back. As you can see, I'm out of practice. I don't even have the graphics up. Let me get all that. I would have the buildings back, but they don't want to cooperate. They still don't want to cooperate in 2022, man. Ain't that about something?
What's up with that?
Yeah, man, fuck buildings.
Now you're gonna like those buildings when you come to New York, though, man.
Oh,
segue. No, fair
enough. No, that's gonna be the whole show right now. We're not talking about no games, man. We're talking about Carlos coming to New York for an hour and a half.
It's more like a minute and a half.
Yeah, right. Who? Oh, Fergus Mills is in the building. What's going on, man? The savior of Throwdown.
Man, shout out to Fergus Mills.
Shout out to Fergus Mills. Who else in the chat right now? I'm going to give a shout out to everybody in there. We got James the Awake. We got Paiku Han. We got Mob Hits in the house. Oh, shit. We got Heaven Smile, Los 1652. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We are back. And, obviously we're going to have other Throwdown characters pop in and out as usual. I wonder where Dumeka is, man. I wonder if he's going to buy that Sony car. Because he's a
Sony car?
Yeah, it's a Sony car. They announced a Sony car. As a matter of fact, there's a whole division they announced, Sony Automotive or some shit like that, and they're gonna have vehicles.
I guess they're getting out of computing, or
no, they're still doing it. It's just another branch. I guess PlayStation's been doing well for them, or is all that money? What happened, Carlos?
It's like, great. Another Sony branch that Chris can read off the financials that's not doing it
well.
It's like,
I'm saying
making negative money.
Making negative money. I'm saying is you ain't a real pony unless you get that Sony whip, And
we know people that'll get in line real quick.
Yeah. Yo, all I gotta say is what's up with that Microsoft car. You know, what's up with that? You know, someone's gonna say that. Oh, yo, my company got cars. What you got? You got Game Pass.
You got Game Pass. I got a car.
Oh man, and I got games. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. So as we already alluded to, things did not start off right this year in gaming.
Oh, really?
Square Enix onto some bullshit.
What they doing?
So they announced. Okay, actually, no. I'm gonna read this. Let me see if I can find their actual thing, because like you got 2 sentences into this shit. Like, oh god, here we go. Here we go. Let me find their actual thing here. I don't want to read it from somebody else. I want to read it from them. Give me a second here. God damn it! You know, everything's going wrong time with the technicals, man.
Yo, man, what's up with that?
You know.
But shout out to Logic Wins. He said, "My company got fridges, dog."
Oh, there you go. No, Forbes, I don't want to subscribe to you.
Yeah, you ever notice
Oh,
that where
yes.
you go to one of those sites like, hey, you want to subscribe to this? No.
Like, no, I don't want to subscribe to you,
I just want to
man.
look at your shit and get out.
You know.
And then it goes, hey, I noticed that you have a ad blocker running.
Oh god, those are the worst.
Can you turn that off so you can watch all our ads?
Like, no, I don't want that.
Okay.
Ad blockers. Oh, look at this. Square Enix surges on Metaverse. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right, here we go. I think I found it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. So this is the letter, right? I wake up. I think it was on, when was that? On Sunday. I think that was like the
It's
new.
literally as soon as New Year's was over.
Yeah, you're right. So it was like Saturday or I don't know, one of those fucking days. So he goes, you know, this is from Square Enix president. I would like to begin by wishing everyone a happy New Year. So far, we're doing pretty well.
Yeah,
Wishing
we're good.
everybody New
We're
Year.
good. Thanks, Square Enix. Happy New Year to you.
Literally the next sentence. The metaverse was a hot topic in 2021, and it all goes downhill from there.
Bah, 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 bah.
And I'm reading this. It reads like a robot wrote it. He's like right now, the people who make up the majority of our customers are people who enjoy games to play. I'm like, that needs to be said. Why else would you play games? You know,
y'all like games, don't you?
Yeah, but then he goes on. Now we want to get people who want to play games to earn. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Uh-oh.
So he was still kind of, even though his letter was long, he was still kind of vague about what the exact plans are. But yeah, I was like, nah, man, this is some bullshit. It's like, we don't need this stuff in gaming. You know, it's like, so it's just going to be a bunch of speculators coming into gaming right now, buying a bunch of dumb shit, you know, or maybe the games themselves will be NFTs. I don't know, man. So Chris, I think you just learned about this today when I told you, right? And you were like,
Yeah,
what? So yeah, what's your hot take on it?
Well, I don't know. It's ridiculous. I think they're jumping on something that's not really understood. Because we've talked about this with other companies. Activision is guilty of this in spades. This is why they run IPs into the ground, is because all these guys are looking for short-term gain. So like, this is hot right now, so we can jump in on this and make a huge profit. We have all this IP, so we can make all these NFT things and sell them and turn around a quick profit. And they want that. I mean, the NFTs may just fizzle and die. Like, they would just be a fad and they blow up and it just collapses. Who knows? But that's what they're looking for. It's like, oh, we have all these characters, we own all this stuff, so let's just, use it, just generate some quick revenue, right? In between, because these guys, they just look at profit margins, but games are take long to develop, right? You're talking about years. Like, you have product and you invest, and then you want a return on investment. But this is like quick turnaround. Throw a cloud on a fucking JPEG and all this shit.
Yeah, or a GIF or something, you know.
Yeah.
But I got to read this part because it was just insane to me. He goes, I realize that some people who quote unquote play to have fun and who currently form the majority of players have voiced their reservations towards these new trends, and I understandably so. Play to have fun. I thought that's why you play games. But he says, I see the play to earn concept that has people so excited as a prime example. All right.
What?
Again, you read this like did like Adobe write this? Like, what the fuck is going on here? You know?
He put it in Google Translate, right? He said
Yeah.
in Japanese, and then that's what came out.
Yeah. So I don't know about this, Carlos. I want your take because you're not against NFTs. So you actually said they're the future. You've actually said that. So what's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, NFTs they are the future. The technology is pretty, it can be used for really good things. I mean, we discussed this last year, kind of towards the middle of the year. Even with Tony, he's saying that he's like, yeah, well, who's talking about NFTs now? But somehow we went from a lull to now even more people are talking about it than even before. So it's just not something that's gonna die. But with that, do I trust Square Enix to utilize NFTs the way that I think would be a morally responsible way, or a fun way to do it? Hell no. I barely even trust them to make good games. So it's like I agree with the panel that this is an obvious cash grab. It's they're jumping on a fad. They're doing whatever they can to raise up the profits and the margins and make as much money as possible. And that's the whole purpose of this. It's not to make games funner or to make games fun in general.
Obviously,
It's
it
just
isn't.
yeah, exactly. So it's they're just doing it in a way to utilize that. I don't trust these companies. Anytime any of the, even though I do like the technology, I don't trust any of these companies with it. I don't trust them to make something that's revolutionary. I don't trust them to make something that's not gonna try to be a cash grab. It's just it's just a way for them to suck as much many dimes from their customers as they can, and squeeze them dry. And it's unfortunate, but hopefully we can see sort of what they're trying to do. And it's their IPs, I guess. Whatever they want to do with their IPs, go ahead. If they're gonna print their IPs in a cup, or in a T-shirt and sell them, or in a space in a blockchain that's supposed to represent whatever or nothing, do what you wish with your stuff. But as for me, as from the gaming side, do I trust them to make something that's gonna make games better? I don't.
Yeah, and that's where I'm coming at it from because we've seen what happened with DLC, what that turned into, right? We've seen loot boxes, and I kind of see this in terms of gaming as the same thing. I could see, I don't know how exactly, but I could see games being tailored for this the same way they're tailored for DLC and microtransactions. And as some people on Twitter were telling me, it's like you got to imagine it like a gacha game where you're playing to earn more coins in game, but in this case it'll be NFTs or something. I don't fucking know, but I could just see it like being a really shallow gaming experience and not even gaming experiences at all. And I should say this. My problem with NFTs is not so much the technology, it's the way they're being used right now. That's my main thing. It just seems like they're made to sucker people out of their money. Gullible, stupid people. I'm just being honest right now. It's like, oh, I could make it. It just screams to me of like and this is shows my expertise here, but it just reminds me of the comic book boom from the 90s. Motherfuckers thought, oh, I'm gonna buy this issue of Superman 75. That's gonna put my kids through college. I see the same thing. Oh, this Castlevania NFT. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. That's gonna put my kids through college. It's the same thing. Or maybe it's not the same, but it feels the same. So that's why I'm like, this is not going to be good. And Carlos, like you said, when it's these big corporations getting into it, it's going to be bad.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think it's good for gaming. Maybe for other things it'll be good, but for gaming specifically, I mean, games are already kind of like, at least with the gacha stuff is already bad to begin with. We're already seeing that bullshit, from like mobile games leaking into major games. Now, I don't know, man. I don't like any of this shit.
Yeah, it's the way I see these things going to work, how they're going to work with these types of companies is they're kind of going to be like rich man's loot boxes.
Yeah.
In a way where, hey, I got this specific item because I paid $1 million for it. So whenever I play Final Fantasy, Fox is gonna play with a top hat, or Cloud is gonna play with a top hat, or some character in the video game, or a skin, or a weapon, or whatever. That's how I see, at least for in-game NFTs. I think that's how I see it working, and how they're probably going to implement it. So it's going to be loot boxes all over again.
Yeah,
obviously, there's different ways to.
2.0.
Yeah, there's obviously different ways to implement it. They can implement it in the game. They can implement it, outside of a game, kind of like the next story that we're going to talk about. But yeah, it's not something that's going to be implemented well.
Yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts, man?
I don't know what's happening, but it sounds like bullshit.
That's yeah.
Pretty much.
Perfect. Oh man. And man, we already know how you feel about NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. I have no issue with blockchain, calculations and stuff like that. I have no idea, as far as like validation and all that other stuff. But where it's being used at is because there's no rules. It's the Wild West right now.
Now say, man, no rules pasta.
There's no rules pasta going on right now. So obviously all the bullshit is getting in first. Again, like I talk about a lot of this stuff, again, as we know, it's really not about the artwork or the actual item. It's really the other end of it.
The speculation part.
Yeah. And then the other part of it is, I can understand the idea of where a company wants to be able to, make money off of the resale of their item. You know what I mean? Like currently, as far as the used market goes, right? You can sell something off an infinite amount of times, and somebody like Square-Enix can't make money off of that physical item being sold over and over and over again. But in this sort of situation, like let's say it could give you the idea of, okay, you can sell back your sell your copy of Final Fantasy VII to somebody else, and because of this blockchain encryption, that would be able to be tracked, and then whoever buys it they can get money off of it. I can understand that sort of stuff, but I don't know. I think it's because it's so screwy right now. There's no rules, and everybody's trying to get in.
Yeah, and there are different ways that can be implemented that can be interesting. I wouldn't say necessarily fun, or it could be interesting. For example, let's say someone here is playing Final Fantasy VII, and that platinum is hard as hell to get. It takes for freaking ever to get that platinum. Say it takes 400 hours or something, some crazy stuff. The people who get the platinum get an NFT. And that NFT, they could sell it for however they want, and it's a quote unquote flex, like a trophy. But they can get an NFT, they get compensation for an accomplishment. It's like Square Enix is like, hey man, thank you for playing our game to the fullest and playing it to the way it's supposed to be played. Here's an NFT, you can sell it if you want, if it has any value in the market, or anything like that. I could see that kind of way. It would be pretty cool. But do I think that's how they're going to do these kinds of things? I mean, we even talked about it. Like, remember achievements, and the points is going to lead to being able to buy stuff. And I think Adam said that they kind of do that, but it's not really in the way that makes any sense, or with trophies. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be just implemented wrong, So, yeah, hell of a way to start the new year for Square Enix. By making all your fans mad.
Shout out to Black Viet, who said, Throwdown is back. I've been listening to random documentaries on YouTube to pass the time. My favorite podcast, Went in Vacation. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And Pike Wuhan, thank you for hosting us, man. Appreciate that too. It's crazy. All right, speaking about NFTs. Man. Konami. So... Instead of Castlevania's 35th anniversary is coming, right? Instead of releasing a brand new Castlevania game, or maybe a remaster or a collection or something, we get NFTs. And they're like the stereotypical NFTs is a bunch of stupid gifs.
It's literally like the sprites. You can make those NFTs if you wanted to.
You could go to their auction and right click and save them. Like, I understand you don't get the code. That's because here's the thing: the NFTs aren't the gift. The NFTs are the actual code, a unique code. That's the actual NFT. But I'm like, who gives a fuck? And I love how Konami even goes, "We can't guarantee that the prices of that the value of these things is going to go up."
So then it's bullshit. It's garbage.
You know,
it's no effort garbage.
Here's the thing about NFTs, though. Like, if you come to me flexing, like, oh, I got these NFTs, that's not a flex to me, man. You're telling me that you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You know?
You literally gambled. It's like you literally gambled your money away and you're bragging about it.
Yeah, like what was it? One guy he bought. Yo, by the way, we should bring this up too.
Oh,
that Etika NFT. That was
oh
my god! What the fuck?
Oh man, I guess let's get over Konami's one, and then I guess we'll go.
yeah. Because we got to talk about that Etika one, man. So yeah, Chris, I know you probably have some thoughts about this. The Castlevania, that's your game right there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is it just feels like cheap and cash grabby. You know, it's like the proper way to honor the legacy of these IPs would be to have planned to have something like a new game, or I know they've done collections, but it's like there's games that haven't been ported. Like, let's say they took what was it, Castlevania Adventure, the one on Wii, the one that has not been anywhere else.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You could have taken that game and a bunch of other games and put them in a collection and said, here's something for the anniversary. But they wanted to do the least amount of work possible, which is just to take some animated sprites and sell them as NFTs, which is like, this is the laziest fucking stupid bullshit you could ever do. Like that's insulting to me.
Yeah, it really is.
Yo, Tony,
I just got a text
read
from
it,
Adam.
read it, and just say it. Just say it.
Wait, should I read Adams' text?
Oh no, don't read it. But like, we knew it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we knew it. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What is going on with Adam right now? Carlos, can you help him out somehow?
I got him.
All right. But yeah, no, this is exactly what we fear with NFTs and gaming companies. This type of stuff, you know. Right. But again, I love the fact that like, yeah, this thing won't, can't guarantee that it won't rate. Konami does not guarantee that the value of the NFT will increase after the purchase. The whole point of buying NFTs is that you think it's going to go up, you know?
No, it's because it's
at least
garbage.
for the speculators, yeah.
Yeah, it's just garbage. Just low effort garbage just to get people to jump in. You can make a little bit of money off of it.
Like, I'm reading this from Tiger, so they're taking like snippets of the disclaimers and stuff. So yeah, even like if you buy an NFT and it looks like if Konami deems that your name is like the name that you associate with it isn't like up to their standards, we won't qualify. Okay. The purchaser will not, by purchasing the NFT, obtain intellectual property rights in relation to the data linked to the NFT. Thus, the purchaser may not use the data linked to an NFT for commercial purposes.
See what they're doing? See what they're doing? Again, I keep saying this shit. It's because they're trying to draw a line in the sand because this bullshit subverts all copyright law, right? So they're putting this shit in there so that so they can try to control it.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, this is why people consider NFTs money laundering. Because they can just subvert all these international laws, You can
literally. So this is them like saying, okay, we're gonna put, we don't want these guys because obviously I have, I've looked through there and I've looked for, all the different game companies that have, and people have been putting up stuff from specific games as NFTs, like Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania, and all those things have shown up on there. So. This is them trying to get into the act and try to get into it and make the money off of it.
Yeah. Oh, we see Adam. Adam, just pull your camera down. We gotta close the door. Kids will come in. You know.
Or the gaps.
Oh, Happy New Year!
Happy
All
to
this
put
fucking
down,
shit
down.
happened. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
you were having some issues, weren't you, man?
Well, you know what it is. We haven't used it. What we've been. It's only been a few weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
So, anyway, so I haven't booted up Discord. I usually do Skype and all that shit. So anyway, I booted up, and then it was like, oh, well, this is a new PC, which it's not. And it was like, you need to sign in. I'm like, all right, no problem. I know my username and password. And then it said, oh, okay, now do the two-factor authentication. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have that on this because this is a new phone. So the authentication, when you load all your apps, the authenticator doesn't bring all your accounts. So I was like, shit, how do I retrieve that? And I don't have it, and I don't even know where I put the codes.
Oh, damn.
So I Googled, like, how do I get back in if I don't? I'm like, you can't. You lost it. You lost the account. If you can't provide the code or the two-factor authentication, that's it. You're done.
Damn.
So fuck it. I mean, I only use it for this.
For this,
so
yeah.
like,
Don't matter.
I just created a new account, and there you go. Here we are.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that was pretty much it. Like they're even telling you, it's like you kind of don't own it in a way.
Yeah, you don't own it. You can't use it in commercial use. They're essentially trying to create the rules because there is no fucking rules.
Konami is not able to preclude the purchaser from spreading on social media the fact that the purchaser purchased the NFT, nor from transferring the NFT to a third party. Okay. I don't know. Instead of releasing a game, Konami does this shit instead.
To be honest, this is a lot cheaper for them to get their graphics team to go in and do a cheesy NFT with some garbage gifts that they have.
About that Castlevania shit?
Yeah, we're talking about. Adam, you have any thoughts on that?
That was so dumb. So dumb. It's like, we already have all this content. It's nothing new. And then it's the whole NFT thing. We've already talked about it today. There's no point. Especially
now we're talking about it now because literally the year started where Square-Enix talking about their NFT plans.
They're doing it. Ubisoft is doing it. These motherfuckers are doing it now. Everybody's just. It's that new hot thing. Now everybody's trying to jump in and see if they can make some money. And if they can't, then they'll move on to something else. Remember when the games were charging $10 to play online? When you bought a used copy, and that was the thing, everybody was doing it. It's like, oh, you gotta pay $10 if you bought a used. Then they cut the shit out. So I think this will die out if no one supports it.
Hopefully, in gaming at least, like we don't need this shit in game. The way that this is going on, but yeah, we got to talk about Etika. So some dude he made the cheesiest fucking Etika like NFT. It literally looked like it was made in Microsoft Paint. Started like selling it or whatever. Like he made a couple of them. He got destroyed in the comments on Twitter,
But here's the thing. Who is this? How is this?
Some random fuck.
He says it's for Etika, right? But the thing is, he gives absolutely no proof that's going toward anything related to Etika.
Yeah. No,
he just put his name on there, but he just, what do they call it? Invoked his fucking name and then literally tossed it out there to try to make some quick cash.
Yeah,
that's the same shit that they tried to do with fucking Chadwick Boseman with that shitty NFT. The only difference is that his family or his wife approved the damn thing, even though it was fucking stolen art.
Yeah, that's bad. Like that was so disgusting. Using like a dead person like that. Then obviously it's like you're right. It's like I don't even think this guy has any association with Etika or his family or nothing.
No. As far as I remember, he didn't have a good relationship with his family to begin with.
Yeah, so it's like, that was fucked up. Not a lot of things offend me. That offended the fuck. I'm like, what the hell is this? Just when you can't, just when you think humanity can't sink any lower, you see that, not a good thing for NFTs, but we're gonna see more stuff like that, And you're right. By the way, I didn't know about that. It's like, why am I not surprised? Some people are taking Metal Gear clips and selling NFTs. Like, all right,
they've already done. Yeah. It's already been and done. I mean, like, when I looked at this shit to see what was out there, I literally just saw a bunch of properties. Like Metal Gear. It was literally licensed. The actual, the key art from Metal Gear 4, some cheesy model that they downloaded or stole. It was all a bunch of stuff that I could literally identify where the fuck the shit came from. All on those fucking sites. So there you know, it's not, like I said, it's no rules pasta going on right now, and everybody
There's no
just,
overseer. There's no one doing a fact check. It's not like
the
like
only
with copyrights.
and the thing is, and the problem is that the only way the authentication system works is if you are paying in. So, and like like Konami in their situation, they had to pay in so that they could authenticate the artwork was a digital original, so that there's a start point, so that now the blockchain can identify when it gets sold around or whatever. So this and this thing, I'm kind of glad that one thing I am glad of is that the guy didn't actually use a real picture of Etika, because if he was were to use it, would have been even worse.
Yeah. He at least just made some shitty fucking art.
Just do a really shitty what do they call it? What do they call that? Pixel art of them.
Yeah. And did you see somebody bought this like pixel art of Tobey Maguire for like $16,000 or something? It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And it was, and the
one
thing,
throwing it for everybody.
Yeah, and then like, okay, it's of Tobey Maguire. Did Tobey Maguire make anything off of that?
No, but they showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, look at that." Obviously, he's gonna say that, but no, he's not making any money off of that.
No, he's just like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "How come I'm not getting any money off of this shit? They're literally selling my image off onto something." Well,
but the thing is, it
a piece of fan art.
No, it was pixel art. It could have been any random white dude.
Hey, it's you. Oh,
it
really?
is insane. And I was, not arguing with somebody, but somebody used that as like, "Oh, you think NFTs are stupid, but this thing sold for like $86,000." I'm like, yeah, the person who bought that is a fucking idiot,
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
And then he goes, "I bought that shit." Oh,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, there was a story. It was a New York Times on their it was a daily or something podcast, and they did a test. So this guy, one of the reporters, was doing this whole test on the whole NFT thing, and to see if people would just buy certain things and why they buy it. So he did one just for the New York Times. He just took a picture of his article and he posted up and says, "Here's New York Times NFT. Who's interested?" Blah blah blah, just to see. Anyway, it sold for like over $10,000. And he couldn't believe it, so he tracked the seller down, and he asked him, and he brought him on to the podcast. Like, "Why did you buy this for so much?" And he said, "Well, this was the first NFT from the New York Times. So just because it's the first, he figured it would have some value later down the road, and that's why he did it."
Wow. See, it's all speculation.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely insane. This is the world we live in now. Absolutely insane.
It's issue 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is issue 1. Yeah.
It's issue 1.
Oh, so this is the death of Superman. It's gonna.
There you
it's
go.
good. It's good. The value's gonna go up.
That's what they think.
Batman got his bat broken. That's it. It's gonna go up. What's the new Batman? He's gonna go up.
I was thinking about all that sort of stuff and how essentially Wizard Magazine was essentially perpetuating this Ponzi scheme to blow up the prices of modern comics made at that time. Now you look at the prices. If you go back and you open up an older Wizard Magazine, you saw how much something like Spider-Man #1 was worth, like Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man #1. They made thousands of copies of that Spider-Man #1, gold covers, silver covers, hologram covers, every single version of that same stupid black cover you have. And you look at the landscape of some of that stuff now, and it's worthless. Youngblood #1 is worth absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Same
By the way, they didn't make thousands of copies. They made millions of copies.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They was worthless. And back then, I guess because there's a bunch, it was either stupid kids or stupid adults. They realized if you print 1 million of something, it is worthless.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing is that they have that idea of the #1 being the one that to get. Oh, by the way, to get into that sort of stuff, that same sort of shit is happening in the used game market. Chris knows about this stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing about that.
You know about this, crazy. Where essentially those like places like are essentially authentication companies are essentially driving up the prices of classic games.
They talk to each other too to bring them up.
Oh, yeah, that was that whole report.
Yeah. Did we ever talk about that on Throw? But yeah, it's like cut price would be like, no, like one place would like put it up for like, let's just say for example, they put the game up for like $40, right? And then other places will come like, listen, guy, we're selling this shit for 60. You got to bring that shit up. So then the guy brings it up. You know, I'm simplifying the fuck out of it, but it's essentially that. You know,
you can literally see it. You can literally see it happen. Like, because a friend of mine was selling off his some of his stuff at a local like gaming / like classic toy convention. And what you would have is you have a bunch of, when you get in, you have a bunch of sharks who essentially got in early or whatever, and what they'll do is they offer to buy the stuff for you because they know you're trying to just get rid of the shit, right? And then they'll literally buy it off of you and then put it in their booth for even more money.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, you smell this shit, you know what it is, man. You know.
But the one thing about a lot of this stuff is now we're knowledgeable about this shit. Imagine if we knew what we knew back in the comic book boom, in the 90s. What the fuck these motherfuckers were pulling to try to push the prices of these comics up. You realize that Marvel probably wouldn't even gotten bankrupt over this shit.
No, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't start doing all that nonsense.
They would have been doing okay money. They would have been doing decent money at the time, and then Todd McFarlane and all those guys walking off the job. They would have just been like, all right, fine, we'll just get some new people to do it. But they literally pulled their fucking fan base with them. And and if you look how many years actual Image Comics coming to life, that's great. For independent comics, but at the same time, if you look at the amount of power, and money that these guys were pulling in after they had made the move to once they've put all their books out, half those guys at issue 5 they weren't able to keep their books going regularly, and then the bottom dropped out.
Yeah, I mean that's happened a lot. I mean that's a whole other thing, but it's like a lot. Like let's think about how long number 2s took to come out, like because they made their first one and then they were gone. Yeah,
well, they literally made like a lifetime's worth of money on the single issue one.
Yeah,
and then like how many years Marvel? Okay, so when did they move out? 1990, right?
Yeah.
And by 1996, the comics industry was already fucking falling apart.
Yeah.
6 years later.
It's crazy, man. Absolutely insane. All right, man. Let's move on to some other things. Speaking about canceled, even though this is not exactly canceled, E3 2022 will be online only again, man.
Oh, great!
For the same reason last year, the Rona keeps on going. Excuse me, the Omicron version.
I mean, one thing about it is it's saving them money. They don't need to rent out that stupid, the convention center.
Yeah.
But it's weird because like some companies are still are canceling and some aren't.
But there is no E3 to begin with.
There is no
CES. There's a lot of companies still at CES.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CES is still happening, and a lot of these things are still happening. But it's like, E3 just decided, okay, we're just going to pull out again.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be honest, they're just saving themselves a lot of money anyway, not renting out the LA Convention Center. And then the other thing about a lot of this, a lot of the video game companies, are they even going to want to do this shit anymore?
They cost them a lot of money.
It costs them a lot of money to get that space inside of the convention center. Even when I went the last time in 2019, 2019, like. There was a lot. There was a lot of space then. Empty space then. There was a lot of empty space in the previous year. Literally, whole areas of the convention center that weren't taken up by any sort of developer because it was just too expensive.
Yeah.
Back when we started going in 2013, you literally saw like big guys. Then you went out to one of the other ends and you saw a bunch of independent companies showing their shit. So I don't know to be honest, I don't think E3. I have a feeling E3 will not be back after this.
I think it's done. I think it's done.
I think it will always be an online event now.
I agree. I think it's done. I said, and by the way, our boy Jeff Keighley, he had to go in there. There was some.
No, the day they said they're going to do it, and he's like, yes, we're back with the games. With the summer of games.
Well, not the day of. It was today. And
literally the day
within like minutes, basically.
Minutes
he did
of minutes away from what E3 said. He definitely has it out for E3. I definitely think he does.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Some shit happened between him and those people, and he just said, "Fuck you, I'm doing my own thing." Now, here's the one thing: like Summer Games, what would it have been if it was allowed? You know, obviously, his plans got changed because Summer of Games was talked about earlier on. Was it?
Remember, we don't know. If Summer Game Fest is not going to be a live event this year. We don't know. It could be. We don't know. But I think originally when he announced, remember, he announced Summer Game Fest before the Rona. So I think it was supposed to be a live event. And then all that shit happened. But, he's probably not going to do a live event. But he hasn't said he isn't either, But like, cause, look at CES. That thing was a fucking graveyard, basically. Like it was right before Christmas break, every tech site, including mine, said, nope, we ain't going.
A lot of people showed up. There's some that I follow some sites and they had video and there's a lot of people they're waiting online and stuff. I'm like, shit, what are all these people doing here?
Yeah, no, because a lot of, independent tech journalists, they went. But the big media guys, they were like, nope. We all kind of collectively decided, like, yeah, we're not doing this. I was ready to go though. But gotta go. The company says you ain't going. But we still did our thing. Because again, you could do a lot of this stuff. I'm talking about reporters remotely, so it's all right. But still, but E3. I mean, we did our thing last year covering it, so we'll do it again this year. Talking about Throwdown right now.
Yep.
So that is that.
Tune in the Throwdown for some E3.
Yeah, exactly. So not much more to say. Literally rewind to us covering the same story last year.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. Only think about it like this: that was a feature topic when that happened. Now it's like a footnote for us. It's like, all right, you know what's up. You know what's going on with E3. It's pretty much done. At least the way we knew it. Actually, yeah, that is a appropriate statement. E3 as you know it is over.
It's over.
It's over. All right. Moving on here. PSVR 2, The Revenge, officially announced.
Oh, officially announced. Okay,
officially, it was announced. It was announced during CES's, Sony CES event by your boy, Jim Ryan.
Boy.
It's
you.
Was
Was he there live or was he in front of the plastic audience?
I don't remember. Was he? I think he was just a presentation or something, right?
Oh no,
or was he there?
Live.
Oh, he was there live.
Yep.
Oh boy, he was doing it live.
Oh, he that's crazy. He's living on the edge, man.
Yeah. So, this thing kind of confirmed a lot of the rumors we saw, like what the actual headset looks like, what the controls look like. Like, oh, that was all the patents are true. Which is kind of cool. They also announced a new game, Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Mountain King.
What I got to say this though, this is probably something of reference only the older guys will get. But when I saw that, it looked like the fucking King Kong ride from Universal Studios.
Oh god,
it's still there.
Oh, it's still there? Oh shit! Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, no, they refurbed it. It's not the one where it's the cable car and he's like,
it's not the Roosevelt Island thing anymore. It's Skull Island.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because remember, the Roosevelt Island, that was a reference to the 1976 Kong remake. No, but the reason I say that is because it just felt like I was just on a ride, and I'm like, that you could say that about a lot of VR games in general. You're just on a ride,
That's what the Five Nights at Freddy's game was. The I can't remember. It's not Security Breach. It's whatever the new one is.
Yeah, Security Breach. You're right.
So good news, bad news with the PSVR, and it's both the same thing. Good and bad news is literally the same thing. It has a wire.
Oh, okay.
So good news.
It's only one.
Well, no, it's one wire.
No,
as I remember, they said.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. That's good news, but that's also bad news because it's like, oh, we're still wired, but at least you got it down to one, so that's good,
Yeah,
they can do 4K. That's
4K, yeah,
crazy.
Which is pretty insane,
Especially since they went from 720p. You know what I mean? Like their last was 720.
That's what about them flames though? Because remember, you need high frame rates for VR to work effectively. Otherwise, you're gonna be throwing up and shit.
800, 900, they said something like that.
I suspect, if anything, it's probably going to be an upscale, just like most games these days.
Yeah.
It's just going to be an upscale 4K. It's not going to be a true 4K. So it's probably going to run it at like a 1080 or so, a lower resolution, and then upscale the damn thing for your eyes.
Here's something interesting. So Call of the Mountain is developed by Guerrilla and Firespire Studios, which Sony acquired.
Firespire?
They're the ones we talked about them last year. They acquired them last year.
Excuse
me, Firesprite. They're the people that make the whatchamacallit, the robot little guy games. Astro,
Astro's Playroom. Okay.
Yeah, so it's in conjunction with them, and this thing's gonna have headset feedback. I'll read this. Headset feedback is a new sensory feature that amplifies the sensation of in-game actions from the player. Okay, interesting. It's created by a single built-in motor with vibrations that add an intelligent tactile element. Adam, we're getting closer to what you want, man. Put the helmet on, you see it like your head.
I saw this and I was like, well, they didn't see it because they were just putting like a spreadsheet of information. We don't know what the headset actually looks like, but it has screens inside. It's got rumble.
Yeah,
they said this shit'll shake. So so it is getting there. I'm waiting for them to have like
the full body,
like a little jar or something in the back, like a little eyedropper where you can put water. So then that way it can spit at you, so like sweat. So let's say if you're playing ball or something like that, and it's like you're not physically sweating, but the device will make you sweat. Or if you're having a fight, let's say a new Yakuza, and one of the guys says, "You know what, you son of a bitch," and he spits at you, you feel like a little squirt hit your temple. Just have it on the side. You don't want to obstruct the view, but just like run on the side and have it drip. That'd be pretty cool. Or just little squirts. Like if there's a monster coming in. You remember, what was it? There was that ride that was in Universal, where you can feel it breathing behind you. I think it was the Alien ride, something like that. Put it in the headset.
Alien Encounter.
There you go, and then have it right near my ear and just feel that breath. Like, that's it. So yeah, hopefully. I mean, this thing is only going to be like $1,000, so it's going to be cheaper.
We don't know the price though.
No one knows. But it sounds too good to be true. There's all this shit under one piece. I mean, not even the top of the line ones on the market do any close to of that shit with the rumble and that. So
my only question about all of this silliness is, we're talking about a new headset. They can't even get fucking PlayStation 4, 5s out there. They're already talking about new tech now. Yeah. When the fuck is this shit gonna come out?
Because it was already in production, like in their timeline of distribution. They just have to go with it. This is nothing they can do. These things were already set in motion probably a year or two ago. And they're like, all right, well, this will be in 2022. This is what we got. So all right, there you go. They have to keep going forward. What was it? You guys, I think, already talked about it. The video cards with the 3090s.
No, we didn't talk about that. I kind of took it out because there's a little bit too much. But generally, yes, I agree with him. Who the fuck is gonna buy these things?
Exactly.
Well, you know who? Fucking scalpers and these crypto miners. Yeah. That's who's gonna buy it. But yeah, I saw. Just quickly, that is cool for gaming, especially if you see the shit they're doing. AMD too, they got some crazy shit going on with gaming. But it's like, yeah, who's gonna be able to buy these cards?
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
So you're right. It's like you're gonna get a PSVR 2 for a PS5 you can't buy. Right?
Did we get dates for anything?
No. Nope.
Like the 3090 Ti or the PSVR 2?
No, a 3090 Ti, they said stay tuned. I think it may be later this month. Don't quote me on that. But PSVR 2 is like, hey, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
I kind of hope they would have announced like a time frame, even a year or something, because
maybe they'll have it at E3.
That's the other thing. Like, people that even have the 3080, have they really utilized the full power at this point to then justify buying a 3090?
Yeah, no. That's a whole other conversation, but it's like, will game developers even bother trying to up their ante when it comes to graphics when people can't even buy the latest graphics
cards? That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't see the point.
Yeah, just real quick about PSVR. Reading this off a PlayStation blog. For a high-fidelity visual experience, PSVR 2 offers 4K HDR, 110-degree field of view, and foveated rendering. I've never seen that word before.
Rendering. Brett, what does that word mean?
Yeah, where's Brett?
We all know it's a Sega thing. It's a Sega word.
Okay, but I'm not tripping. I'm like, I've never seen this word
there you go,
before.
blast processing. That's what it is.
Foveated rendering. That sounds like some sort of upscaling tech.
Yeah, foveated rendering. Yeah, that probably is that. With an
Maybe it's like
OLED
fake rendering.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. There you go.
With an OLED, there we go. OLED display. Players can expect a display resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye and smooth frame rates of 90 and 120 hertz. Yeah, because again, you can't be having low frame rates in VR
And
games.
it says it tracks your eye movement.
Yeah, it does.
That's
Yeah.
so what if you're cross-eyed?
Essentially, they took a
You
bunch
can't
of
use
the.
it.
Essentially, they took a bunch of the Oculus Rift, the latest Oculus Rift abilities, and said, "All right, we got those now."
Yo, what happened, Brian? Go ahead.
Okay, so I was just looking into what the rendering thing is, and apparently it's just eye tracking, where it renders where your eye is looking at.
That's what foveated means.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's not a Sony made up term. That's a general term, right?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing that's existed for quite some time. Yeah, don't worry, I never knew about it as well. Because I first heard it, I was like, this seems like just one of those tech things that people just make up and say, hey, it's a thing now.
Yeah. But Brian, you know how you know how you knew it wasn't a tech thing because it wasn't capitalized. The first letter wasn't capitalized. You know. Because usually it's like high dynamic rendering and every letter is like fucking capitalized. Like, okay, there's some proprietary shit or just some bullshit they're making up, you know? Foveate. So it's like, I could use that as a verb to foveate.
Exfoliate.
No, foveate. You know?
Exfoliate.
Y'all talk about foveating?
It comes with a loofah.
Yeah. Yo, y'all foveating in here?
Illuminate.
Yeah.
Illuminate.
It's crazy. Yeah, Adam, like you said, eye tracking, and here we go. See, Brian, right here. PSVR 2 Sense technology. Sense and technology are capitalized.
Uh-oh,
you know?
so there you go. There's their
That's the
their
blast
UMB.
processing.
That's
That's
the
their
blast.
UMB.
That's the blast processing. There you go.
3D audio, the A is capitalized, you know? Oh, man. All right, so yeah, Brett would probably, he's like a resident VR guy. Although I still want to know how much he uses his current VR.
He's foveating in the wild right now.
He's the only one out of everybody on this panel that actually used it the most, right? Because I mean, Carlos, you bought one, but you said you rarely used it.
I used it for like a week.
There you go.
Dusty.
And that was my biggest issue with the original. I still have that shit, man. Anybody wants to pay, like $5 for it, I'll think about it.
Yo, shit.
It's my biggest issue was the resolution. It just looked too grainy. I'm like, yo, this was a 720p screen stuck in my eyeballs. I'm like, I can see every freaking pixel crystal clear. So it's like, yo, man, I need that resolution. I need that retina fix. But
make sure Switch look 4K. Looking through that shit. What the?
Yo, there's a Wikipedia entry for foveated rendering.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been around since
When was it
2014.
created?
2014.
Oh, okay.
Actually, 2014 is the earliest thing I see on here. It says foveated rendering is a rendering technique which uses an eye tracker integrated with a virtual reality headset to produce the rendering workload by greatly reducing the image quality in a peripheral vision. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So okay, I know what it also does. So it also probably it looks at where your eyes are looking, and it probably what do they call it? It prioritizes the places that you are looking at, as opposed to the stuff on the sides.
I think one of the Wolfenstein games had that, where it's like the stuff around the border is like lower res than the stuff in the middle, because again, your eyes don't look at the border, because that's, again, like when you're playing a game, you look mostly in the center of the screen, not at the edges. So it did that. I think it was the second one, or maybe the one with the co-op. I don't quite remember.
Young Bloods or whatever.
I'm digging deep into this shit. I looked up fovea, not phobia, fovea. Yeah, it's a part of the eye. And you learn some shit every day, man.
It also has to do with because within your eye, there's a specific center of the eye that sees the most detail, and that's why it's like stuff on the sides, like over here and over on this side, the left or the right side, or like on the sides of your head, where you only get a glimpse of things. So they probably are saying, okay, this stuff on the side doesn't need to be so detailed. Just center, center the center areas where everybody's looking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually quite a smart way to even just render in general, especially if you're thinking about games. Yes, you are looking at the full screen, but what if you lowered the resolution of the areas on the side and kept the center of the center mass of where the camera is as the highest resolution?
Yeah. It's interesting stuff. So, yeah, we don't have a release date or anything. So, yeah, maybe E3. We'll see. All right, man. Move on here. Adam, glad you're here for this one. Your favorite company, man, Ubisoft.
No, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
I'm hard, yo. I'm hard.
So Ubisoft Plus comes to Xbox.
No.
Right? Yes.
No. That was wrong. They debunked that shit.
How? I'm reading this right here.
Yeah, keep looking. Keep going through it. That got debunked.
They got debunked. I read it from Ubisoft's website.
They said that only Extraction. They said right now at this time they don't have any plans for launching it fully on there.
What?
I thought so too. Everybody thought so, and then they shut that shit down. They were like, no. We're going first dibs with Extraction. Extraction is coming day one, but not the service.
Ubisoft. I'm literally reading this from Ubisoft's website.
All right, send me the link because when I looked, and that was earlier today.
He don't believe you, yo.
They shot it down.
He doesn't believe. Just like he didn't believe me with the Division. He's like, no, they said they were going to put 60 FPS, and they brought it, and he's like, no, they said they weren't going to do it.
No, they said no, but this is earlier today. This is right after Extraction was announced. Because if that was the case, that would have been Microsoft would have sent that shit out everywhere, and they didn't. They just sent out, Extraction is coming to Game Pass.
All right,
that's it.
Again, this is from Ubisoft.com. I'm reading this, right?
Okay.
Ubisoft announced that its Ubisoft Plus subscription service will be coming to Xbox in the future.
In the future, that's not happening now.
No one's saying now, Adam. No one's saying now.
It's not happening. That's here.
Adam, you don't understand. It's coming. We didn't say when. We just said it's coming. So that is true. I just read it from Ubisoft.
I think, again, keep in mind that Tony said it's coming to Xbox, not Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, I didn't say Game Pass.
Maybe it's like the EA thing where it has like the EA Play.
No, but Brian, here's the thing, though.
But that's on Xbox.
Yeah.
All right, so then what they clarified, because a lot of people thought it was being linked into Game Pass. And
no. That's people making assumptions.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They made the correction on Ubisoft. They said, remember, I just went through this whole thing with my account. I follow them.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, no, it's just Extraction that's coming. We have no plans of merging with Game Pass.
Hold on a second. Because I covered this over on Tom's Guide, and the first thing I said was, I was like, that's kind of weird it's not being merged with Game Pass. That's the first thing I said. So there was no misinformation. They told you it was coming to Xbox. You could subscribe to Ubisoft Plus on Xbox. There was never any mention of Game Pass. That was people putting that shit in there.
Because Extraction was also announced on Game Pass.
Yes, I understand that, but it's two different things.
It was a day one. Yeah, but it was a day one from Ubisoft. So people were just thinking, it was like, oh, wait a minute.
They're fucking idiots
with this. Because you got to understand, EA Play is still separate on Xbox if you want to get it separate.
Yeah.
You don't have to have Game Pass to have it. So that's why people were like, hey, then it's going hand in hand. It's
they're dumb. They didn't read the thing right. Because that was the first thing. Like me and the other reporters were like, that's weird that it's not connected to Game Pass. So there was no misinformation. It was just people, thinking dumb shit.
Yo, man, assumptions are the mother of all fuck-ups.
But yeah, I mean, I think Ubisoft... I'll tell you some shit off here. Ubisoft Plus, it's on Stadia as well, a separate thing.
I just imagine Tony. When he says, "Yeah, me and the other reporters," I'm just imagining him like in a newspaper location where everyone's like getting together. It's like, what is going on with Ubisoft?
He runs in the phone booth.
Ubisoft right now. Tony.
Although the equivalent is like it's just motherfuckers typing on Slack. That's what it really is.
You wish you had like an editor like Davidson. Tony, tell me what's going on with Ubisoft Plus right now.
Yeah. I was the one. James was like, why isn't this being merged with Game Pass?
Why aren't you a freelancer?
No, but right. I'm glad you told me that because I didn't know that was what people thought. But I'm not surprised they thought that, I guess.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Because I was following them, I was like, "Oh, it's coming! I was like, wait, it can't be coming." Because I also follow Microsoft and Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
And Uncle Phil was like, "No, just Extraction." It was like, "Oh, everybody said it's coming." It's like, I don't see it. And then that's when they sent out another announcement. Ubisoft did. It says only Extraction coming. Our service is not coming to the Game Pass service. It will be coming to Xbox, but not to the Game Pass service. Just Extraction.
Yeah.
If they would have had 2 separate days of announcing this, probably no confusion.
Yeah.
If they would have just
said, because that's how we wrote the story. It's like Ubisoft Plus comes to Xbox, Extraction comes to Game Pass. That's how we wrote it. So basically, what happened is Ubisoft didn't correct the original thing. They just had to explain it after the fact.
Yeah, they had to explain how it was
gamers, man. Like that happens a lot of times, you know.
But on the other hand, though, I also understand why people are jumping to that, because that was slowly how it happened with EA.
Yeah.
EA started putting some games on there, and it's like, oh, they're gonna do it. EA Play is gonna come. It's like, no. They got their own shit. It's on there. No, they're not gonna merge. And then like a month later, it got integrated into it. So, is it possible? Yeah, I guess.
It can happen. It can happen.
I mean, I don't know how many subs they had. I don't know anyone that's actually a member. Anybody here?
Ubisoft Plus?
Yeah, Ubisoft Plus.
I was on there for a little bit when I was like testing out Stadia, and I forgot to remember this how subscription. This is how subscription services get you. Because I like 6 of them saying, I'm like, why is Ubisoft? What the fuck is Ubisoft charging me for? Oh yeah, I forgot to disable this shit. You know,
what's the price?
$15 or so. Yeah, $15. Yeah,
for that. Come on now. No.
Well, it wasn't for, even though it is available on Stadia, it was for Luna that I had it. Yeah.
Oh, Amazon's thing.
Yeah, Amazon's thing. But so yeah, that's the first part of the news, that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox, and then that Extraction, Rainbow Six Extraction. I almost said Rainbow Six Sieges. Rainbow Six Extraction coming to Game Pass on day 1 at launch. Adam, what's the deal with this game? I'm not talking about like in terms of what the game is like. No. Is anybody hyped for this? Because I've seen nobody cares.
Well, that's because it's not within the same Rainbow Six military style shooter. It's more of sci-fi. And if you're into sci-fi and all that, it'd be fun. But we don't really know. It looks like it's going to be on the same front of like Back 4 Blood type of thing. But
that's what it looks like.
With the squad base, but it does, from the way they described it the first time, it's a permadeath system. So it's like you bring in your 4 guys and then or gals, whatever, and one person dies, and the other 3 have to try to figure it out. And if not, then you start over. I don't know if there's multiple locations or objectives, or it's got to be more. It's a full game. Because at first, remember, that was supposed to be like an add-on to Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone was like, oh, this is going to be
originally, remember the original title, Adam?
Yeah.
It was was it Contagion or something?
It looked like that horror movie with the woman from Dexter. God damn, what was that called? That was an awesome horror movie. But they're all locked into an apartment building, and all this fucked up shit's happening. Anyway, so there is some hype, but not on that level. Not the same audience. The military shooters, not that crowd. Because it's like I said, it's with aliens and all that, and it's like, well, if you're into that type of fiction, then jump into it. And we still need to know more about it. I feel like they really haven't done a good job promoting exactly what this game is.
Yeah.
And it comes out in like 2 weeks.
No, because I remember, I don't know what live event it was, but we covered it. We were here, and even you and I were like, well, what the fuck is this shit?
Because they changed it. Because not only did they change the name, but they changed the whole layout of the way the game was going to play. So it's a completely different type of play system. A whole new mechanic is built around this. So that's why when we told them, it's like, oh, this looks like, at the time, Left 4 Dead. This looks like a Left 4 Dead type game. And I was like, I think this is what they decided to go. They're like, do we have one of those type of games? Everybody else is making one. I was like, I don't think so. Fuck it, that DLC, switch it, convert that, and that's it. So we'll see. And maybe that's another reason why they're putting it on Game Pass. Because they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah.
Not a lot of people are hyped for this, so let's just put it in there and see what happens. See if people jump in, because it's one of those games that you need a community. You need people jumping in, jumping out, and playing. That's the only way it works.
Yeah.
If you're doing matchmaking for an hour and it's only you that bought it, your buddies are like, no, I'm not playing that shit. Then what?
But now it's like, hey, it's on Game Pass. Let's go.
Everybody that's on Game Pass has access. So you got an instant collection to share with your buddies.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll see about it. Very interesting. And Ubisoft Plus, again, like you said, I don't really know anybody that even has it. So, I don't know.
No.
We'll see. And I generally agree. I think in a year or two, it'll probably get merged with Game Pass. It's like EA Play.
Yeah, and this could be the test. This could be the test.
be.
They're like, all right, let's put this game. Let's see what happens with it. And if it works out, then they merge. It's got to be doing something right that EA is still there. Something has to be going on. Now, look, we got this. Today's the 6th? No, today is the 6th.
Today's the 6th. Tomorrow's the 7th.
Mass Effect Legendary.
Coming to Game Pass.
On Game Pass. That's today. That's on the 6th.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Mass Effect Legendary. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I have it on my Xbox, but
I'm so glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah, lucky you. Stop, always bragging shit. But listen, it doesn't matter now.
Listen.
Yeah, no, but I picked that one up. I was playing it. Me and Dutch. Dutch was the one telling me this because he was telling me shit.
Dutch.
Dutch just told me, he's like, you should get this game. I'm like, do you not see from my 360 backlog? I already beat that on.
Yo, Betty, you remember Dutch?
Yeah, and he starts laughing at me. I'm like, well, wait, why are you laughing? He was like, because you're bullshitting me. You can't bullshit me because I can see your Chivos. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you didn't do Mass Effect 1. And I'm like, so I go look, and I was like, you're right, bitch, I didn't do that. And he's like, well, we got this on sale right now. So I was like, oh, fuck it, all right. So I started off with Mass Effect 1 over the break that we had, and that's what I've been playing, and see, he keeps secrets because that motherfucker knew that this shit was coming the next week, literally not even 5 days. Not even 5 days. And now that shit is coming out. Today is out on Game Pass. I was like, you fucking sneaky bastard.
Let me download that right now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, your boy, I got the platinum in all 3 of them games, baby. 2 times.
Again.
Yeah, that's right, man. The originals and the legendary. Let's go.
By the way,
not for the first game, though. For the first, because Mass Effect 1 came out later for PS3. I was like, I'm not platinum this shit. But I did get the platinum on PlayStation 4. Go ahead.
For the people in the audience that don't know who this certain Dutch is, Adam,
Dutch is the name of my Xbox Series X. That's his name. That's Dutch. So
does it sound like Arnold?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what he's named
He's
after.
Dutch Schaefer.
Yes. That's it. He's got the nice little color scheme going on.
Does he play that Caribbean? Well, no, was it no Dutch is Predator? I was thinking.
John
I was
Major.
going to say the Caribbean. I was going to say, does it play the Caribbean music? Because that would.
Yeah,
be,
that's
that's Chris's Xbox that does that.
There we go. But oh man, that was.
I'm in American called Max Matrix.
So Chris, yours is called Max Matrix.
No, that would be weird. I actually thought about it because Adams was called Dutch, so I thought about it, but I was like, Matrix is gonna sound like the fucking movies. Yeah. So I just called it the butter system. That's
the butter system.
There you go.
I've never named my consoles. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah,
well, it lets you. It asks you when you set it up.
I don't use. I'm like your PS5 number 657 or whatever.
The console name. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and because with Game Pass, when you go to send things, it was like, hey, do you want to send it to, and you name your box, and then it shows a picture of it, says you want to send it to Dutch, and I'll click on it, and then poof, and then installs the game.
Dutch!
But speaking of that, me and my buddies, we replayed Division 1, and we beat it yesterday. So I might go for a full 1,000 on that one, so I'll have the platinum.
Sick invite, bro.
On the PlayStation, and then now on the Xbox, I'm doing it. 60 frames, man. That game looks brand new. It looks brand new. It's like fucking.
Yeah, Adams is back on Xbox, man.
That shit.
All right,
Road run all day. What's up?
I have to give a shout out to Adam because he's the one who sent me. He's like, "Yo, this guy's selling an Xbox. You should get it." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And then he did the math for me real fast. It's like this is how it works out and whatever. I'm like, "Yo, sold." I just went and just bought it. And it came. The guy was good, as good as his word. It came in a couple days.
Yeah, more Xbox on Throwdown, man. Yo, damn, I can't even talk shit about Damien anymore. We blocked him on everything,
But that's the thing. It didn't matter. Even when we said positive things.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did.
He ignored it.
So what is that? That's 4 of us, right? That have.
I got an Xbox mug in front of me.
Oh man, you're really back, man.
Oh, he's back.
Man,
it's like the early 2000s now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating whether to
I
play.
told you my boy Sleazy D hit me up. He was like one of the first people.
Sleazy, Manny, you remember Sleazy?
He was one of the
I don't know
first people.
Sleazy D.
No, Sleazy D was my cable guy back when I lived in Harvard.
Oh God.
Oh,
And he
shit.
came over and he saw I had my Xbox. It was a whole big thing, right? So anyway, we're still friends. The dude has like 180K, and I have 107K. He lives on it. But anyway, he saw I was playing Gears a lot. Next, you know, I see him pop up. I see this guy right next to Sleazy D. I'm like, oh shit! And then he sent me a message. I said, yo, what's up? How you doing? So it's been a while.
Reconnecting.
You're
Just like
reconnecting with
New
all
York
them old
telephone.
cats, man.
Oh yeah. Everybody's
These
coming
old
back.
motherfuckers get me. I got kids and shit.
Shit, I know that. I know for a fact some of them because some of them also like playing Roblox. I'm like, I know that motherfucker isn't playing Roblox for hours.
Hey,
You know,
yeah.
So
Oh, by the way, Fergus says that he has an Xbox for you, Manny, if you want it.
No, I'm good.
Yo, Fergus, by the way, just
Oh,
for
Fergus?
the record, I would buy the Xbox, but I don't have room for it, as Manny could tell you. You know?
Yes, he doesn't have room.
but you
So-
just bought that super PC, man. You don't even
Yeah, no,
need
I
to
don't-
spend
I'm
my
good.
money. You don't
That
need
shit
it.
is
You don't-
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I'll talk about what I've been playing on it next week. Your boy. I haven't stopped, man. They pulled me back in. I'm gaming, man. You know? Anyway.
He's back with the Life of the Black Tiger, dude.
Yeah, you know, at fucking
Yeah,
4K.
You know, Tony's like trying to pull the Godfather 3. He's
I
like, I
was.
tried to get out, but they keep on pulling me back in.
Back in.
Napping a day too. You know, I was like, okay, I guess I'm reviewing this now. Oh man. All right, move on here. What are we talking about right now? Oh yeah, our boy Ken Levine, man.
Oh man.
So
Yep.
yeah, so his game, I can't even name it because we don't know it. But the game's in development. It was 8 years been trying to make this game and still nothing. You know.
This motherfucker closed down his goddamn studio. The company that was, who was doing
Bioshock,
Bioshock.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just so that he can make, he could shrink down the company and do a smaller game.
And nothing's
And that
happening.
Disappeared.
Nothing
Yeah,
happened.
the new one they're called Ghost Story, and because remember he was talking about how he wanted to make a narrative driven game that was endless or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's like a non-linear sort of narrative sort of game. They call it a Lego blocks or something sort of a narrative.
Yeah, but I guess it's harder to implement than he thought because again, 8 years later, and this fucking game is nowhere in sight. So
He's been saying, from what they say, so because there was a big old expose about about people who formerly went there, who were formerly working with him, and they would just say like he would just get an idea and then he would change it and he'd change it again. So like this is sounding like friggin' Duke Nukem Forever.
yeah,
People, got a auteur sort of creator who can't make up his mind on what he wants to do.
how is this dude making a living though?
I'm going to say this.
Royalties, maybe, right?
Well,
From the
I mean,
Bioshock series, I'm sure.
at least from what some of the interviews they have with the former employees, he sort of has like a connect at Take-Two, which is really interesting because like Take-Two Interactive, you see the way they they treat Rockstar,
Yeah,
right? Like they literally, they got rid of one of the Hauser brothers. They got rid of a bunch of things, over there, and they're just, purely focusing on Grand Theft Auto Online. How is this guy getting in underneath the cracks? At some point, they're going to say to him, "Get this shit done,"
Maybe he's doing other things. Maybe he's a consultant for all the
I don't know.
projects. They bring him in and he's in the credits.
So I'm
Yeah,
reading this
he-
from Polygon, but kind of jives with what Manny just said. According to Bloomberg, that's where the report originally came from. Part of
The
the delay-
Schreier thing.
Yeah,
as
the
I
Jason
remember.
Schreier thing, exactly. Part of the delay stems from Levine's mercurial management style. That alone right there lets you know. It's like,
Gotta
oh,
kill.
Mercury, this motherfucker's crazy,
Yeah.
and perfectionism.
Rewrites. Yeah, rewrites.
It
That's
says, like previous reports from his time at Irrational, it describes a place where projects would get suddenly overhauled or scrapped after months of work, like Manny just said. One anecdote describes studio members joking about convincing Levine to adopt their ideas via conception, a reference to the artificially planted thoughts in Christopher Nolan's Inception. An open-ended release time has apparently been a double-edged sword, with Kevin Levine reportedly saying that the studio's ongoing budget is a rounding error in Take-Two's operation, which could give its game an indefinitely long development process. Yeah, man. Again, here's the thing. You obviously want your creative people to have free reign and do things, but you got to have somebody go, no, this is when this fucking game's coming out. You know, you can't just give people free reign like that in some cases. You know,
Think how many times he probably had it toward the end.
Yeah, and they said fuck it. You know,
yeah.
No, this is not working for me.
This guy sounds like Axl Rose to me, man. You know, it's like just pivot and change. There's this one story I remember, Axl Rose, and it, I'm not going off topic. Like this kind of like it applies to this. One of the things with Axl Rose, he's notorious even now for starting late. Like he just won't show up when it's showtime, right? So apparently there was this one time, this was in the 90s, right, when Guns N' Roses was really, top of the food chain. He's actually on time. They're going towards the stage, right? And somebody's playing like Godfather or something in a back room. He sits down and watches the whole fucking movie. He just watches the whole movie and then starts the show. And this Godfather, that's a long fucking movie, Oh
yeah.
So it's like, it's the same. It sounds like that's what Kevin Levine sounds like. It's like, he's like, "Whoa, squirrel," It's like just gets like distracted.
Just to go with that, because this was a funny one. There was another one with Guns N' Roses and Axl Rose, and sort of recent. Remember when Alice in Chains got back together and they got that backup guy to sing? So they went on this big tour, and they went to Sturgis, which has big bike shows and all that. Yeah. So they was setting it up. It was going to be Alice in Chains opening, and then they had for Guns N' Roses. This is when they were doing a big tour. So anyway, Alice in Chains did their piece, and then got off stage, and everyone's chanting, "What's going on? What's going on?" It's like 2 hours later, and then eventually you find out that the Guns N' Roses is not going on stage because Axl felt there wasn't enough people in the crowd. He said that there was only like 10,000 or something, and he was told either 15 or 20, and because there wasn't, he was not coming out. So these people went nuts, and they tore the whole shit down. You can see it on YouTube. They tore the sets, and started smashing them. They went nuts. They could not believe this fucking prick, because they were like, "Where's it been? Maybe they didn't show up." Like, oh, they're there. He just doesn't want to come out. He feels there's not enough people.
Yep, that's Axl Rose, man. So
to be honest, the other the other guy should have just started playing without him.
Yeah, but that's what Kevin Levine seems to be like, So again, I'm like, why are they funding this shit?
I don't know, man, because
cut the
supposedly.
Yeah,
like what? Yeah, like this supposedly he wants to revolutionize, storytelling in games so badly. But it's like every single time he tries to do it, it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah. So, don't expect this game anytime soon or ever.
Whatever game this is going to be.
Yeah, we don't even have a title,
Yeah. Ken Levine, untitled Ken Levine game.
He needs to team up with Cliffy B, because Cliffy B, I feel, is in the same boat. They need to work together, because these are people from that generation that were making some killer games, great ideas, and then when they ventured off from their respective companies, they just went into limbo, and shit just has not clicked for them.
Hey, listen, man, at least Cliffy B had, the games weren't good, but at least he released some games.
That is true.
Yeah. At least he released some games.
I mean, he even had a little studio for about a little while.
Yeah, he released 2 games. At least. It was 2 games, right? I believe that he released.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
They both bombed. But he listen.
Lawbreakers was one of them.
Yeah. No, not Bulletstorm. Lawbreakers was one of them, and there was another one like something Heights or something.
Yeah.
But again, at least he released games. Kevin Lee has released shit.
And this is the BioShock dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Mr. BioShock himself. Remember, he came out on stage with the Vita. Like, we have BioShock on Vita. What happened to that?
Yeah, well, that never came out, did it?
but it did come out on iPad, which was weird.
Wow. But it was supposed to be a Vita game, a Vita exclusive game.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. Said, as I remember in interviews with him, he said at the time they didn't even have any plans for it.
Yeah, they were just talking shit,
Like, in other words, they put it out there, the idea, and it really wasn't anything. So, in other words, it was vaporware.
Yeah, that's all it was. All right, man.
Nothing lasts forever.
The last thing, and Manny, thank you for reminding me about this. This story blew up yesterday. Kind of interesting. It was late. No, it wasn't late, but it was later-ish in the day. So Sony, they tweeted about how happy they were that Ghost of Tsushima has sold 8 million copies, right? Good achievement, right? Interestingly enough, Jeff Ross, who is the director of Days Gone, he quote tweets that. He goes, at the time I left Sony, Days Gone had been out for a year and a half and a month and sold over 8 million copies. It's since gone on to sell more and then 1 million plus on Steam. Local studio management always made us feel like it was a big disappointment. So they're celebrating Ghost of Tsushima selling 8 million, but when Days Gone sold 8 million, nothing. And now it's probably sold like 10 million by now, and the game is not going to get a sequel. Like, Jeff Ross was like, yeah, this is done. Like, we're not getting a sequel. Sony was very adamant about that. Like, we're not doing a sequel to this.
He's not over there anymore. Number one. Number two, it's like they were setting up to do a Days Gone number 2. And in recent interviews and things he's done, because now his non-disclosure agreement is up. Now he's talking a bit more, and he's saying that as soon as the regime changed over at Sony, none of those guys gave a shit about Days Gone anymore.
Yeah, as soon as Ryan and those guys
is gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about it is that, like, you have companies like Ubisoft essentially touting how the fact that they've managed to turn around their sales after abysmal start, right, on a few of their titles, but yet Sony's not, doesn't want to do that.
But the thing is, this is a different story. This game did sell well, very well. That's so it's like, on paper you're like, okay, and because I reviewed the game, I don't think it was that great. But if it sold 8 million copies, make a fucking sequel,
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the regime change happened. Jim Ryan didn't want it, And apparently he wanted to make like this guy wanted to make like Siphon Filter or something. And so
no,
like,
he did.
What was it?
No, they told him when he came to pitch Days Gone 2, they're like, yeah, this is internally. This wasn't actually Sony. They're like, well, maybe if you had something like a Siphon Filter 2, a reboot of Siphon Filter or something like that, maybe we'd talk. In other words, just turning down the idea. Yeah. So, yeah.
That shit is crazy, man. So yeah, we're probably never gonna see Days Gone. Days Gone 2, I should say.
I mean, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to see a sequel to Days Gone in general, but it is a little bit weird that that they at one end they tout the fact that Ghost of Tsushima was doing so well, but yet in all, this game sold about the same amount, probably a little bit more after, and they're pretty mum about it.
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, it is true that the game went on sale pretty quickly, so that may have accounted for a lot of that. But it's like, the game was not even that well promoted to begin with, and it still managed to sell that much. So yeah, very strange story with Jim Ryan and all that.
I mean, who knows? And just maybe they feel that this was an antiquated game and it wasn't the future of that they saw for Sony. Who knows?
That's probably what it is. Crazy shit, man. Anyway, that's all the news we got, man. We actually had a lot of news for the starting show. Usually those are always kind of iffy shows, but no, we had a lot of interesting things to start off the year.
It was like as soon as like the 1st of January hit, there was shit to talk about. Like everything, it's almost like everything started flowing.
Yeah, it was weird. Again, usually the first 2 weeks when we do Throwdown, it's like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Because nothing happens, right? But a lot of things happen. So hopefully we'll be able to keep this momentum. But yeah, people, we're back. No more breaks for us until the end of the year. You already know how we do around here. So another good year. Hopefully, this year will be better than last in terms of games. Last year was not that great. Let's just be honest there. But next month, February, be very busy around here, especially you, Adam. You'll be very busy reviewing all them games, So
we got 2 coming up. Well, we already talked about Extraction and then Dying Light 2.
Dying Light. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So lots of stuff coming from.
Talk about long development times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
All right, man. I think that's gonna do it for us. Let's do some shout outs and let's do that. You guys want to say anything to the fans? On our return or anything?
I mean, as always, just thanks a lot for your support. Thanks for showing up every Thursday and on Saturday, excuse me, Sunday, and we look forward to having some really cool shows for you. So some fun surprises, some giveaways. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen on the Throwdown.
Yes, Stan Lee may show up somehow. It's good stuff. Anyway, man, you have anything new to promote for the year?
As of now, it's where we just released the Super Edition of Excellence, our successful Kickstarter. So that's out there, and we all had a lot of you out there had got a little bit of a Christmas surprise because we're literally the week of Christmas. That showed up, so I hope everybody's enjoying that. Yes, as always, we're still working on Excellence right now, and right now it's there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about because of non-disclosure agreements, but I'll let you know what it is when the time comes.
Nice. And Adam, man, what's going on with the coalition, man?
Just again, like you said, ramping up. We got the games coming in now, and so a lot of that coming up. We're waiting for Walking Dead for the I Am Negan. That stuff is February. Carlos, February. That's
go.
what we got. Yeah, that, and also Fear the Walking Dead got approved for another season, for season 8. So that will be returning.
Damn.
Yeah, for that one, and of course, Walking Dead proper, that's on its way out, but that's going to be throughout the year of 2022, so we got plenty of shows there, and then we'll find out about the other spin-offs, but yeah, that's what's going on over there. We got a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. Also, because I realized, we did this after Throwdown ended, we got a Matrix podcast over on the Coalition. Yeah, Carlos, it was me and you, right? We were on that.
That is now my third favorite Matrix movie.
Really?
Yeah, because it's
is that the third one you've seen?
No, it's the third one. It just beats out the third movie because that third movie was trash with the go bits and stuff. But it links to the game. That's, for me, that's what I saw it as. This is Matrix Online, and they continued from that story as opposed to continuing from the stories of the movies. They just follow that narrative. I played some of that for a while, so I got it. I understood where they were going with it.
I thought the movie was fucking trash. Absolutely terrible. But we're not going to get into that. But you can go over to the Coalition YouTube and check out our podcast. So I think it was just me,
you, and Dana.
Yeah, there was like 3. That lets you know right there. Nobody wanted to see this fucking movie, And I can't blame them. It's terrible. I saw the movie, so you don't have to, Just leave it at that.
We got 2 more movies coming from it, so.
Oh God, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done.
This was the beginning of a whole new franchise.
I'm done. I'm done. Fucking trash.
It was about a movie. What are you talking about?
I've had enough of this series.
Yes, I've had enough of this series. All right, man. So that's gonna do it for Throwdown. So make sure you follow us on Twitch and Twitter, and follow us on Discord. Discord did not stop during the holidays, by the way. It kept on rolling. So shout out to all the guys there. No doubt. Keeping it going, man. Good stuff. Throwdown. We're on every podcast app. Search for Throwdown Show. That's towards Throwdown Show. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, all that stuff, man. We're on everything, Everything. And if you're watching us on the YouTube right now, you enjoyed the content. We're back again, people. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and all that stuff. The bell, notifications, all that. And just, come back for you guys, it's Friday and Monday nights. So that's when the new stuff goes up, 10:45, I should say, p.m. Eastern. And yeah, throwdownshow.com. Listen to past episodes, all the MP3s. And yeah, links to everything down below. Once again, I'm your host, Tony Polanco. And tonight, I was joined by Emilio Lopez. You're muted.
Muted, everyone.
Yeah, that was interesting.
See you next time.
There you go. Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero. Adam Vale.
FPS boost, man. That's legit. FPS boost.
And Brian Manjoma.
Tony, so why didn't you tell us that Dune is the best film in the last 10 years?
I did. I told you, motherfuckers. You weren't listening.
Tell them again.
Yeah, it was.
People need to know this.
Yeah.
So Brian actually saw it.
Brian, you actually saw it?
You just saw it, Brian?
I think it's the best thing I saw this year.
Oh yeah, easily. Dune makes other movies like it illustrates just how bad modern movies are. Like this movie's fucking great. I'm like, why don't you make more movies like that? It's
'Cause
crazy,
people
man.
don't like adult movies.
No, they don't. They just want. Yeah. Again, I saw Dune, and then I saw like Shang-Chi. Right after, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, like that's what's wrong with Hollywood. You know, those type of shitty movies. Anyway, well, anything else you guys want to say before we wrap up here?
So Adam, when does Walking Dead come back again?
We're looking at February. I think it was at the end of January and February for both of them, around that time. I definitely know that Fear is in February, but I think I got to look up for Walking Dead proper. I think it's either sometime at the end of January or early February. Look it up.
All right, stay tuned, people. Anyway, we'll see you on Sunday. I'll be back to throw on your questions, regular questions. So start asking your questions now. Gaming, but I think Moppet's already got on the ball with that. He's already started asking us some questions. You know, so follow his example and ask some questions, man. You already know. That's it. Later.
This is
Hey guys.
Latest.